Good morning, guys. Welcome to the July vlog. I am just putting together a new display sort of shelf. It hasn't quite gone together how I had it pictured in my head, but it will do until Christmas. So there are going to be lots of things happening this month or this week that I need to get done. Right now, I am just putting together the new display unit for shower steamers. If you've been following along on social media, though I don't blame you if you've given up because I have been very, very repetitive over there, the shower steamer boxes finally arrived. And that was what I was unboxing last night or yesterday afternoon and taking photographs of. They arrived about 2:30 in the afternoon. Which was quite late. Sometimes I get my Australia Post deliveries early in the morning and sometimes they come late in the afternoon. And okay, 2:30 is not too late, but when you have to take all the photographs so you can get these shower steamers launched so I can stop annoying customers, that is actually quite late in the afternoon. But I was able to get them all unpackaged and opened up. All right, I just went and grabbed them all here. I'm pretty happy with how all but probably actually two things printed up. The one of them I'm actually not unhappy with it, but it just went to prove something to me. So I'm pretty happy with how they've come up. So the shower steamers, oh, we won't do that one. They're going to come in a box. They will be wrapped in biodegradable film and into a box. You'll be able to see what it is on the top as well as on the front. I've got little instructions and all the ingredients lists on them as well. I've got two different types. We've got menthol ones, which have got menthol crystal and essential oils in. And then I have got scented ones, which is just fragrance oil. So these are really good for people who are a little bit sensitive to menthol crystal. The scented ones are also the best ones for kids because the menthol and some of the essential oils are not always safe for kids. So the scented ones are the best ones for kids to have. So we've got both of those. And last night I was taking all those photographs. I've also put some discovery kits together, which I'll be showing you when we pack orders today. These boxes are just running away. The only one I'm not happy with is Sunkissed. This was meant to be a really nice bright yellow and it's come out a little bit more khaki yellow, but it's still okay. It just means when I get these reprinted that I will just change the Pantone of the color. But I also learned with this print that really doesn't mean much. Originally, when I had my facial bars, they're in the same size box. I actually got the steamers done in the same size box. Initially, I wanted little pouches, but they were going to cost an absolute fortune. And I decided to do them in the boxes because they're the same size as the conditioner bars and the same size as the conditioner and the facial soap bars are the same size. So it means I can actually get reprints of things done without it costing me a fortune. But when I did this combination one, no one's ever said anything. So I don't think anyone noticed but me. I actually put cucumber aloe vera on the front when it's actually cucumber seaweed. Ingredients are all correct. It was just the front. So I decided to pop in a reprint and that is the same color green and it's printed up differently. So I will have to watch that my printer does actually print the same color up differently on different print runs. But that's okay, I'm still pretty happy with it. In fact, the cucumber and seaweed is actually also darker as well. So maybe they've just changed their printers, I don't know. I can actually also see that the logo is a little bit darker, but you know, I needed new ones. They're all going to be replaced to these, so no one's really going to see once they're on the shelf. But I'm super happy with how these turned out. Even there's a real dodgy coloured one. The plan for this morning, I came in super early. I got in just after 7 o'clock, before 7:30. Traffic was brilliant considering school went back this week. The plan is I'm going to finish setting this up, get the space ready for the shower steamers. I actually have to then package them up into their boxes, get them on display, put up the price signs as well, and then hopefully by then I will still have just a couple of minutes so I can get myself sorted, get the door open and start trading for the day. And then we'll go and pick all the orders that came in. I know so many have been putting their orders off. Last week I had hardly any online orders. They were literally just subscription renewals that were coming in. And the minute I released the shower steamers, the orders came in. So I know people were waiting for these to come in. So we're gonna get that done, and hopefully we'll see how this week goes. I've got positive feelings. I've been doing a few new things in the shop, which I will show you a little bit later on, but I'm gonna go and get this display put together so we can get the door open on time. Just wrapping up the ones that I'd taken home to do the photographs with. Now they do come in the biodegradable film just to make sure that the moisture doesn't get to them and set them off, but I'm only very loosely wrapping them, so they're going to be really easy just to tear open and pop into the bottom of the shower. I think so many people get these shrink wrap machines and think that they have to tightly wrap stuff, and you actually don't. There's quite a number of things that I do wrap up in my business that it's more just about having a protective coating on them, and they're not necessarily really tight, because I don't want people having to really struggle to get these open and get them under the fingernails and things like that, which is where the shrink wrap openers really come in hand, because they help you split the seams of these easily without getting them all through your fingernails. So I'm going to finish getting these wrapped up. I've almost got them all out on the bench there. It is now 9:20. So what I'm actually going to do, that big piece of wood that I took off the shelf that was in the middle of the store before, that is in the back area there, and what I'm going to do is go and take that down to my storage cage downstairs, and then when I come back upstairs, oh, we've got so much to do. So I will finish getting the shower fizzes out, get the price sign out, get it all sort of set up, ready to go. And then I have all of this glorious mess to clean up. No, this was not how I left the shop on the weekend. This is a majority of what I have bought in. I have been working on making some perfumes. I need to go and start sorting that, popping it away. There's a box down on the floor here. This is some metal tins. Last week I made some shaving soap. Hadn't realized I'd run out of tins. So we're going to see if we can actually salvage what I did make. I have to tidy these soaps up that I made last week. I took all these soaps home. Oh, you can't see. I took all these soaps home to take photographs with over on the weekend. There's a few more in here. So I need to go and pop them back onto the cure rack. I bought myself some new 250ml glass beakers because I have dropped all but one of them now. I also have to rebox these soaps. So there is plenty of things for me to be doing to keep me busy today. Oh, the aircon's just come on and I've got it on heater. It is lovely. The other thing you saw me working on at the start were these little canvas bags, which I have got some DTF printing on. These are for the new perfumes that are coming out in August. So I will be doing some bottles. Let me see if we can grab them. So we're going to be doing little 50ml bottles of them. I'm just deciding on labeling. These will come in, oh, I'm stuck on my heat thingy. These will come in a box. These are shippable perfumes as well. There is no alcohol in them. So they will come in a box. I will also have available, I don't know where I've put the box for this one, some 10ml perfume sizes as well. These do come in a nice box, but I don't know where I've put it. I have obviously been putting things down and not paying attention, but they do come in a really nice presentation box as well. And then I also will have some samples. This one actually is a sampler that we'll go out with orders. This is a little 3 mil sample, I think, but I'm going to get some little 5 mil ones in as well, similar sort of style in these boxes. I've actually learned after all these years of using this style of box for samples of perfumes, I have always put these together wrong, and I actually saw someone putting them together the other day. I have put a few of these together wrong. Apparently when you put these together, so you usually end up with that little hole, that's actually meant to be at the back, and then these little things that you get here, your perfume is actually meant to sit inside and then sit on there so it doesn't fall out. I've always wondered, but you never get instructions on how to fold them, so a lot of the time you're actually just winging it and hoping for the best. But anyhow, as I was saying, I'll put this one back in the right way, considering I have just messed up just this little lot. I have also got some 5 mil bottles arriving, and I'm going to do some little scent discovery packs, so you can, they'll probably be randomly picked, so you can actually discover new scents that you might not have normally picked. I will have like a 3 and a 5 discovery pack, and that's what they will actually come in. So as I said, I have got heaps that I need to be doing. As I said, need to go and get that chunk of wood downstairs so that it's not in my way. So I'm going to go and do that, and then when I get myself all sorted here, in fact, let's put that away so I don't throw that one out. I will get the orders picked and packed that are to be going out this afternoon. To start packing these orders. I've had to have a little bit of a cleanup because my head is ready to explode. There is too much going on, so many jobs that need to be done, and my head is just going, I don't know what to do. So I did just put away all the soaps that were sitting in the basket that I took home to do photographs on the weekend. Hopefully those soaps will be released. I'm hoping by the end of this week. I've had a bit of a problem with the DTF printing, which I will maybe explain later. Otherwise, as always, Tuesday's vlog day is going to be super long. But hopefully we'll have those out. For now, what we're going to do is get on with packing the orders that have come in. Now, the first few orders that I do have here, these were all placed before the shower steamers were released. And none of these have shower steamers in, but that's okay. What have we got here? This order is for Alicia, and she has grabbed the Salty Mariner Everyday Soap Bar. We've also got a Bamboo and White Lily Everyday Soap Bar here. This one is one of the most overlooked in the Everyday Soap range. It hardly ever sells. It smells absolutely beautiful, and it's got a slight exfoliation through it as well. Everyone loves it in candles, but I'm struggling with the soap. Anyhow, we've also got Clean Cotton. These are actually on clearance at the moment. The Clean Cotton, as I've said so many times, it's going yellow. Like, that should be a really nice white, but it's going yellow, and I'm just not very happy with how they're looking. They still smell really good, but just not happy with the look. So I've got those on clearance at the moment, and I've got a whole new design coming out very soon. Alicia has also grabbed a calamine soap bar. I've actually got to make some more of those because I've only got a couple left. And she's also grabbed the Temptress soap bar, which was the video that got released this weekend on, weekend just gone, on YouTube. Let's pop that down flat. She's also grabbed one of the solid dish soaps here. And then I have recently just put on some little surprise and save bundles. This is where you are brave enough to let me pick products for you. So there's a few different ones. I've got a scrunchy one, I've got a clip balm and lip balm one. What else is on there? An earring one as well. And Alicia's grabbed the trio of lip balms. And these are heavily discounted. So they'll be even cheaper than the multi-buy rates that I have on these things. So I think, what was this one? Let's have a look. The Surprise and Save Trio is $10. Normally it's $12 for 3 lip balms. So if you're game enough to let me pick any 3 from out of the range, you can save a little bit more money. There are absolutely no requests, not even just for one thing. That is the whole idea of these Surprise and Save. It introduces you to new things. I'm not just giving you clear out stuff. I am selecting various things from off of the shelf. If you want something specific, you need to order that specific item. I've got a few of these sort of packs in the shop, and they do really well. So we've got these now also online. So we've got the trio of lip balms in our little pack there. All right, so let's get in some paper shred. I'll pop that in around there, and that will allow us to pop in our little ray of sunshine. We've got some more of those on the cure rack too, because we're running low on our little rays of sunshine. I think I'm being a bit stingy with the paper there. Let's grab some more. Oh, I've been packing up those menthol shower steamers, and it always gets my nose running. So sorry if I'm sounding a little bit, sniffly and stuff, but that's just what it does to me when I'm working so much with menthol and peppermint. Really helps to clean those sinuses out. All right, we're also popping in a little sampler in there, plus our thank you card. And I know normally I print up my little stickers on the thermal printer. I used to use this style of sticker, which I'd had all printed. I thought I had used them all ages ago, which is why I've been doing thermal printing for all my labels. And the other day I was having a clear out of a drawer, and I thought, oh, look, I've just found some more candle warning labels. No, they were my little logo stickers. So I'm back to using those in the meantime. So that is Alicia. So basically I'm going to pop them all into their boxes like I normally do, and then I will do the wrapping afterwards so that we don't end up with a 6-hour long vlog. All right, the next order I have got here is for Brenda, and let's pull that back out the way. She has grabbed, again, this one came out before the shower steamers were released. She has grabbed one of our Ocean Deep soap bars. We're gonna lie that one down because it's a little bit tall. We have also got a Black Raspberry Vanilla Everyday soap bar. We'll pop you in there. And she has grabbed 2 of our Citrus Burst shampoo bars. We'll pop you in there. And then some paper. Fill up the little box there. And of course, we've got our little ray of sunshine. Where's my little sampler? So we've got our little sampler to go in there too. Thank you note. And again, we'll get this one all wrapped up. That felt really quick to wrap that one up. Hopefully it didn't sound really rushed. I am very conscious of the fact there actually is quite a number of people outside keep looking through the window, and I've got the door shut, and I don't want people thinking that they're not welcome to come in, so I'm always very conscious of that when I am doing filming. But there we go. That is Brenda's all packed up, and I just need to go and find a box for the next one here, which is for Susan. And this is a customer of mine that used to come into the Cleveland shop a lot. I'm going to try my luck with this box, see if we can get it all in. As many small Australian businesses know, Australia Post did bump up their shipping rate, so I do try and get as many parcels into the smallest box I can without making it look like I have completely and utterly squished things in. We'll see how we go with this one, because we've got a few things in here for Susan. Let's grab, where's my pen gone? There it is. All right, so I'm going to start off with the biggest items. She's grabbed 3 of the Strawberry Fizz soap bars. So we'll pop them in there like that. And then she has also grabbed, this isn't going to work. It's not going to work. I know it's not going to work. We have got an oatmeal milk and honey soap bar. Let's try, nah, it's not going to work. I need a bigger box. All right, let's go for a medium box because I just don't think it's going to fit into any of those small boxes. So let's pop our little Strawberry Fizz soaps back in here. Yeah, that's going to give me the room. So we've got the oatmeal milk and honey, and we've got 2 lemon burst soap bars. We'll pop those in there like so. She has grabbed one of the honey vanilla tallow balms, and then we have got 2 hyaluronic facial gels. And then, see, now this box is just too big. You can't win with boxes. No, it actually might be the right size. Let's, no, we want to, they're just not sitting how I would like them to sit. Let's go that way. And then we have also got the 2 facial gel serums as well. So these ones have got the niacinamide and tomato extract, and this one here has got the hyaluronic acid and apple seed oil in it. So let's pop those in there like so. Oh, and one more thing, I almost forgot. The Berry Crush lip oil, so I'll pop that one in there. All right, in goes our paper. Whoop, I may have been a bit generous with that lot. I've got, oh my goodness, I've got paper all over the floor now. We're going to have one of these days. I'm just going to roll with it, I think. Absolutely roll with it and not fight it. Just go with the flow. So we've got a little ray of sunshine to go in here. And then I have also got a cream cleanser. I chose the cream cleanser because we've got all of those facial gels in there. So I figured that might be a nice sampler. And then of course our thank you card to go on the top. And I'm being watched again, so I may actually have to put the music back on. Nope, they've gone. So that is Susan's all done up. And now we move on to the orders that have got shower steamers in them. All right, so this box that I was just working on should be good for Katie's box. Katie placed an order within moments of me sending out the email that the shower steamers were ready, and she has grabbed, let's move some of this stuff out. She's actually gone for the complete Discovery collection. That means she's got 1 each of all of the shower steamers. That's 14 in total. So let's pop those. We're missing a, there it is, uplift. So we've got all of those in there, and then she's also grabbed all of the scented ones. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Got to make sure I've got all of those in there. Yep, just making sure that there's 1 of each because I don't want to mess this up, not with how things are currently going. Now, Katie is a Pamper Club member, and I do have a special for my Pamper Club members. When they place an order, they will get 1 each randomly selected from the scented and the menthol range. Now, I know she's got all of them in there, but I am just going to pop 1 each that I randomly pulled from off the shelf. So that's in there. She has also grabbed a cream cleanser, so let's pop that on the top. And she's also grabbed one of our candle wick dippers. These are new on the website, and just double checking that that one is all looking good. Yep, it was just a bit of dust on the box. I just had to dust the box off a little bit. So we'll pop that one in there like so. I'm going to grab some paper shred just to tuck that in there, keep it nice and safe, like so. Oh, yes. Now, of course, I'm going to pop in my little ray of sunshine. I have a little foaming sugar scrub sampler in the coconut lemongrass, which actually matches in with one of those shower steamers, so that will make a really nice shower day if you use the scrub and the steamer together. That is now all in there. Let's get that all sealed up, and then I can move on to the next order. I've got 2 more to pack up here. right, so now we've got an order for Julie, and she has also grabbed the complete shower steamer collection here. So let me make sure we've got them all there. So 1, 2, 3. Is this box going to be wide enough? Let's just double check before I get too far through it. Yes, it will be. Perfect. All right, so we've got 3, 5, 6, and we uplift there. I'm actually putting them in order, alphabetical order, because then I can make sure that I've definitely got them all correct. Oh, they fit nicely into that box actually. So let's grab a little bit of paper shred just to tuck into the end and across the top. I'm really excited about these shower steamers. It's got a completely different recipe to what I have used in the past. So if you have had my shower steamers in the past, this is a completely different recipe, very different to what most people actually put in theirs as well. It gives a really nice consistent fizz in the shower and releases that fragrance absolutely beautifully. I have actually increased the amount of fragrance that I've got in these shower steamers compared to my old ones. And if you have seen my old shower steamers, they were actually a lot bigger than these ones, but these ones actually still last for 2, if not 3 showers. So they've a really, really good improved recipe on these, and I've got that mix of essential oil and menthol crystal, and then just the pure scented ones as well. So the scented ones I would actually recommend for people who want to give them to children, because menthol crystal and some essential oils are not necessarily good for kids. Oh, look, I've already got a box made up. Oh, and it's got papering too. We are winning on this one. So yeah, the scented ones I'd probably more so give to young children. They are not for the bathtub. They are too heavily scented for the bathtub and will create irritation. So they are strictly for use in the shower, but the kids can actually enjoy a smelly shower as well if that is what they would like. Now this order is for my good friend Joe over in WA, and Joe was actually one of my guinea pigs when I was putting these together, and I asked her to let me know what she thinks. Now the recipe, when she got the ones that I was testing, in fact all the ones that my guinea pigs actually got were my old formula that I used with my original shower fizzers, and the common sort of feedback I was getting from people was that they wanted them stronger, which is why I then started to reformulate and do things a little bit differently. So although she's tried them, she hasn't tried the new ones. So I'm keen to see what she thinks, and there are actually a couple of scents in here that she wouldn't have got because I added them in. So for example, the Soothe, I actually changed. It was always a lavender base. It was originally lavender and chamomile, but I just decided chamomile oil is just so expensive. I didn't think I was going to be able to maintain buying it. So I actually changed it to lavender, sweet orange and patchouli. So it's really, really nice, that one is. And then she also hasn't tried Rainwater, was a new one, and there's also another one that she didn't try because one of the scents got knocked out of like the testers. Nobody liked it, so I knocked it out and I actually bought out another one that I really, really did like. So let's see what Joe has got. I'm going to start off, I'm going to bounce around on here so I can make sure that I've got everything packed nicely. We have got the Menthol Shower Steamer Discovery Collection. So she's also ordered extras as well. So we've got Awaken, Breathe, Calm, Energize, Focus, Soothe and Uplift. So that's the 7 menthol ones. Oops, we just had a couple of people come in. Now she has also ordered as extras to the collection. We've got 2 of the Awaken. This has got sweet orange, peppermint and lemongrass essential oil. She has ordered an extra Breathe. Now, unlike a lot of people who do like that Breathe, Refresh and that sort of thing, this has actually got camphor, eucalyptus, peppermint and rosemary. Most people just do it as eucalyptus and peppermint, but that camphor is what you find in a lot of those cold sinus relief sort of stuff. So that's why I've added the camphor in there. So it's just got that little bit more of a kick to it. We've also got coconut lemongrass. I absolutely love this one. She has also ordered a orange and goji berry, which really surprises me because her daughter said she liked it, but it didn't smell strong enough. So maybe they're getting it to see if it really does smell stronger. And she's also grabbed a rainwater. Now, as I said, there was one other that she didn't get to try. She's not ordered it, but I'm going to pop it in. It is Sanctuary. I really like this one. I'm looking to cross it off the list. Of course, it's not going to be there because I'm giving it to her. And then that just fits in there nicely like so. So she can let me know what she thinks of the new formula and that extra smell. Now, she's also ordered 4 of the clean cotton soap bars. They're the ones that I'm not quite happy with. She has also grabbed 2 of the magnesium lotions here. She said she messaged me last night saying that she'd almost run out. She's going through it like nobody's business right now because she's in a bit of pain. So she's grabbed herself some of that, and she's also grabbed one of our combination skin facial soap bars. Now, I made a huge mistake with these soap boxes. I think I mentioned it earlier. And I didn't realise I'd put cucumber and aloe vera because, you know, I make cucumber aloe vera soaps and stuff all the time, so that I just naturally wrote that and should have been cucumber and seaweed. We have got the new boxes with the correct title. The correct ingredients list was on here, but just the incorrect wording on the box. So let's do a little bit of a shuffle and get the soap into the correct box, and in we go. Let's get some paper shred, fill the box up here. See, I can't even use these. I can't even make an aloe vera and cucumber facial soap bar because then the ingredients will be wrong on the back of the box. And the funny thing was, I had those boxes printed. I, did all my checking, made sure everything was correct, everything looked right. My brain just didn't kick in that it was the wrong combination of ingredients. And I think I'd made at least 2 batches of this facial soap, put them in the boxes over a space of time. And it wasn't until I went to put the 3rd lot in that I realised that I had made a mistake on these boxes. So I'd had them for months before I realised it, and because it was going to be expensive just to go and get that 1 lot of box reprinted, I figured nobody's actually noticed. I'm just going to keep using them until I need to actually put in a print run. And because I've got my shower steamers at the same size box, I just tagged that pattern on as well. Now for Miss Jo, I always put in 2 rays of sunshine, one for her son and one for her daughter, though they're probably also getting a little bit older now that they might not want them. We'll see. The day I don't put them in will be the day that I hear about it, probably. I've included another of those foaming sugar scrubs in here in that coconut lemongrass. And we've also got the new chocolate body cream sampler in there for her too. Let's get Jo's all closed up. And then I have one more order, and I'm debating which box I need to pull out to pack this one. All right, I think I have got a box that is not going to be too big and is going to hold everything. I know the next size box down is too small, so I've really got no other choice. So let's get this one in. I've got a feeling it's just going to be too big, but we'll see what happens once we start getting it packed. I just don't think I have got... No, that's not going to work. I do have one other box down here, which it might work better? I don't know. Let me have a quick little play. I don't think it will work any better. Just do a quick little dummy pack here. 1, 2, 1. No, it won't fit. It won't fit. I know it won't fit just from putting those 3 in. You get good at doing jigsaw puzzles. Well, when you're good at doing jigsaw puzzles, and anyway, you that sounds like I'm really blowing my trumpet there, doesn't it? When you do this sort of stuff, you get very good at doing jigsaw puzzles. All right, let's do this. This order is for Samantha. I woke up to her order this morning, and she had ordered 6 scented shower steamer discovery packs, and then she sent me a message saying, can I add another 3 of them on there? So we've got a total of 9 scented shower discovery packs. So that's 63 shower steamers in total. There we go. Let's see if this box is going to work. I've just kind of thrown them in this basket, and my head's now going, no, you need to sort this out so it sits in here better. I'm kind of hoping I might be able to get... It all comes down to presentation sometimes, and I just want to make sure that I can get all these in. They're not going to go. That's only going to have 6. What I was going to do was put 1 each of the smells, but no, it's not going to work. Let's all right, my head wants to do this in a certain way, and I just know it's not going to fit in that certain way. So my head's just going to have to get over this. I think I'm going to have to sort this out so that I can actually see what I've got in my little basket here. So give me a moment. All right, so I can see what I've got here a little bit better. So what I want to try and do is just pop these into lines in sort of the order of what they go in, so that I can make sure that I actually have them all in here, and we will hopefully get, yeah, I think these are all going to fill. They're not going to look exactly how I want them to, but let's do this. Okay. Now, I've been really excited about bringing these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, it's not going to work. It's okay. I just had this idea. It's not going to work. It's fine. Now, I've been really excited about bringing out these shower steamers, bringing out the brand new recipe, all these new scents. The choice is giving people the sort of, a lot of people want the menthol, but then I also have just as many people who don't want menthol in their shower steamer. So I've been really excited about doing this. I've been planning it for a while. It was actually meant to come out probably last year, but with the perimenopause, I just couldn't do it. But I finally got my butt into gear. We've got them all coming out. And working with the print company this time round has just been not as nice as what it usually is. Like, usually I don't have any problems with them. The only problem I usually have with this print company is that every time I send them my print work, they tell me that the PDF files are corrupt, and to send them the original format file, like the original Adobe Illustrator files. So I always end up having to send those to them, which isn't a big deal, but they are huge files, so it does put a bit of strain on the system when we've got such lousy internet. So I did have that original problem with them, but then it just seems to be I've had problem after problem after problem with them. The original proofs that they sent to me, I had a shower steamer. I'll go get it. I got the proofs back, and I had this one, uplift, and when I actually looked, this word uplift had been centered on the box. And I said to him, you know, you've completely and utterly moved the design. It doesn't fit with the others. Can you please move that uplift back to being in line with the essential oils listing? And they sent the proof back to me, and they hadn't actually moved it all the way over. And I wrote back, I said, no, it's still not aligned correctly. Can you please make sure that you are aligning it per my original files? And then I had to wait a couple more days for them to respond to that, and it still wasn't aligned properly. So I sent it back to them and I said, look, this is how it should look. And they had actually, I will give them, the background design on this has got like a little shower stream of water and stuff, and it wasn't the best quality design, and I will give it to them that they did fix that design for me, and in the processes changed that uplift box. And I said, either use this that's fully aligned and put the correct file behind for the background, or put the word uplift back where it's meant to be. They did then send me the correct proofs, and it was all in there. But this whole proofing thing usually only takes 2 or 3 days of this proofing. It took me more than a week to get the files proofed to the way that I had actually sent it to them. So I was getting really ticked off that it was taking so long. Before I tell you the rest of the story, because I'm obviously going to yabber right now, what do they call it now? They're calling it yapping, aren't they? Goodness gracious. I am actually going to include 3 menthol ones for her as well. This is a massive, massive order. And I thought I would just include a couple of the menthol ones for Samantha to try as well. She's always placing huge orders with me. So we'll place those ones in there. I'll just grab a little bit more paper to fill up that gap in there. And of course, we're then going to add in our little sampler, our little ray of sunshine, and our thank you card, and we'll get this one all wrapped up. Now, I will also admit, again, with this facial box, I got the final proof back to say that, to showing that that uplift one had all now been aligned, had the correct stuff on. I was about to finalize it when I realized I changed cucumber and seaweed there, but forgot to change it on the top of the box there. So then I had to write to them and say, I forgot to do this. And that was my fault. So I was frustrated, but I knew that was my fault. But the rest of it had just been taking so long. And anyway, that all happened. They told me it would be 10 to 12 days to print, and then 3 to 4 days of shipping to get it to me. Now we got to day 18, so that's 16 business days. We got to 18 business days, and I wrote to them, I said, look, can you please give me an update? We're past the time frame that you gave to me, and I've still not had a shipping notification come through. So she actually then messaged me the next day and said, yep, it's on its way, here's your shipping stuff. And when I looked, the shipping company actually said it wasn't going to get here till the 20th of July. And by this point, I'm just so annoyed because I had actually had it all planned and timed, going on previous experiences with them, that I would be able to get these done, received in time for launching on the 1st of July. Like, this was before they started messing around with my design proofs and everything. So I'm really frustrated at this stage, and I've said, you know what, this is well past the expected time allowance, and I said it's nothing like how we've dealt with this stuff before. And they did say that sometimes DHL, who it was coming with, they do put a really long expected delivery on it because it's got to clear customs and all that sort of stuff. So I thought, okay, well, fine. But they actually didn't ship it until the 6th of July, which was well past the time in which they had actually told me that they would get it shipped out. Sorry, I just had some people come into the shop. So yeah, it was well past the time. I was getting really, really frustrated with them. I was also doubly annoyed because I'd done something I probably shouldn't have done, and that was I'd put out in my monthly newsletter saying that the shower steamers should be here by middle of July, ready to launch. Which, because I'd said that, I do feel that last week I got hardly any orders because people were waiting on these shower fizzes to come out and just holding off on ordering. So it really did affect things, you know, in all different directions. Anyhow, let's fast forward to, obviously I've got them and they did come in before the 20th of July. I've done this bow so backwards. But so we've got them in there. been really happy, got all the photos taken, all that sort of stuff. And this morning I've just been popping them in the boxes, and I, for some reason, decided to try and scan the QR code, which is on the back of all the boxes. Now this QR code is on the facial soap bars, they work. This same QR code is on all of my soap boxes, and it works. And these are boxes that they have printed for me. It's on all of the conditioner bar boxes, and they all work. So when I did my proofs, when I did the design, and I printed up my design on some cards, some paper, just to check sizing, how everything was sitting, and I checked that the QR code worked at that size, and everything was working when I sent it off to them. So I'm thinking, well, why is my QR code now not working? Like, I don't understand. Like, you don't even get the little, you know, when you point your phone and it gives you the little square around the QR code, and you feel your phone do the little bit of vibrate and stuff. No, it wasn't doing any of that. I'm thinking, why, you know, what's going on? I've gone and grabbed the facial soap bar, that one's working. I've then gone and scanned half a dozen of the other shower steamer boxes. None of them are registering as a QR code. And I thought, something's happened. Something has happened that I've not seen. So I pulled up my files that I sent to them, and I pulled up their proofs that they sent back, and I zoomed all the way in. Like, you really have to zoom in a lot. I'm trying to not hide behind my bag here. So I've zoomed in, and I've noticed there are tiny little squares missing from out of the QR code. I can see at least 4 which are missing, which is why it is not registering as a QR code. And I am now absolutely furious. And I have written to them. I said, I know that this is going to be put back on me, because the terms and conditions do say that it is up to the person to double check everything, and that things can be moved during the proofing stage. I said, but considering I've used this same QR code on numerous prints with you, and it's a PNG file, why was it changed so that it could be altered? Like, all 14 boxes, the QR code does not work. And the thing was, when they got the files, it went through as 2 separate files, and they have managed to change the QR code on both files for all 14 boxes. I am absolutely livid with them. I am cross at myself, because I know they're going to say it's my fault for not checking, and that I should have, you know, printed it up and scanned the code and worked it out. But when I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, I have done 4 other prints with them before, and that QR code has never been a problem on any other print. It was not something I just automatically thought that I should have done. So I know I've got no comeback, because I should have checked it. Lesson learned. But yeah, none of the QR codes actually work on the back of the boxes, which really, really annoying, but it is not integral to the whole design of the box. But I have said to them in my message that if this was the first time, well, I actually said to them, this is a really, really disappointing experience compared to all of my other print experiences with you. And if this had been my first experience, I probably wouldn't use them again. The problem is, this company is, I'm sure there must be other companies out there, I've just got to find them. This particular company, they don't have minimum order quantities like so many other places do. If you want just 1 box printed, you can go and get 1 box printed. You're likely to pay $10 or $15 for a single box this size, but you can get just 1 box printed with them if that is all that you need. You can also then say, I've got 100 each of 10 designs. So with this particular shower steamer order, I wanted 300 each of 15 designs. So I got the quantity discount for having over 4,000 boxes printed, and then you just pay a little bit extra per design, whereas a lot of other design companies have like minimum order quantities of 500 per design. Most of them are 1,000 per design, and that is a lot of boxes for a small business. So this business is good that they do allow small businesses to be able to print, but I need to see if I can find another company, because this experience with them has not been good. Anyhow, that is a lot of talking for today. I'm going to finish getting these parcels wrapped up. I am then going to have a tidy up in the shop and get myself all set. It's actually already 12:30. I've had a few people coming in. I want to get my door back open again. I do have to get everything clean, tidied up, so that when I come in tomorrow, I know we've still got hours before I close, but I want to be in the right frame of mind so it's not going to be a completely wasted day. And just with how I've got everything right now, that is not going to happen. So I'm going to go finish getting all these ones wrapped up, clean up, and then we'll see where else this vlog goes, because yeah, this is a lot of editing so far. Come in, and this one is for Tara. So we're going to get this one all packed. Again, I'm trying to judge the right size box here. Let's get our paper in here. I have been busy just pottering around, tidying up, putting things away. I've now just got to decide where I'm going to store all these big bottles of perfume that I have got. And then I should be right to go for tomorrow, and I've already now got a list of things to do. But first of all, let's pack Tara's order here, and she's left me a lovely message. She has just got back from China, where apparently it's really hot, 35, 37 degrees. Oh, I would love that. She's also written on here the rosemary tea and the frankincense soap. They are still on the cure rack and do still have another week to go. I'm having a problem with my soap labels at the moment, but I've just received confirmation that the labels are on their way. So they probably actually won't be ready for about another week and a half. So I will definitely save you some for your next order, Tara. If they look like they're selling out quick, I will message you and see how many you want, and then we can pop them on hold until you're ready to do your next order. Now, the reason I do that is because Tara is overseas. So this parcel's actually going through a mail forwarding system, so it will go to an address here in Australia and then it will actually be shipped on to her afterwards. So it's usually is a couple of months between orders, so I can hold those for you if I need to. But she has grabbed some of the deodorants and things, so let's see what else Tara has actually ordered here. All right, so I've got my little pen ready to go. She has grabbed, oh, chuck them everywhere. She has grabbed 2 of the undersea soap bars. This one has been so hard to sell, and yet in the last couple of weeks I've been selling lots of it, but it's for a long time it's just sat there on the shelf not doing anything. And it's a really lovely bar of soap too, so let's pop that one in there. She's grabbed one of the Temptress soaps. We've also got Smoky Obsidian here, and that's got a nice piece of Smoky Obsidian on the top which can be kept. And she's also ordered a Sardonic soap bar. Again, we've got that little gemstone on the top. That's a lovely one. It's white on the back and then the nice colouring through the front there. And she's also grabbed the Kakadu Plum, so let's cross that one off. Now, I'm going to have to be smart about how I get this one packed. Oh dear, we're having problems packing today. Anyhow, Tara is a Pamper Club member and she recently renewed her membership back in June, and all Pamper Club members who are renewing for their 4th year running is getting a random selection of 6 of the shower steamers. So they are in there for her. Let's pop them in. And while I'm at it, no, that's fine, we'll keep going. This isn't gonna fit, is it? I'm going to need a different box. Let's see how I go. Let's see how I go. She has also ordered 3 of the facial gel serums. These have got an updated label on them. I need to get the new photographs on the website of what they now look like. She's grabbed 3 of those. Now she's also grabbed a Calm, a Citrus Burst, a Pulse, and an active roll-on deodorant. Yeah, this is not gonna fit. I'm having this problem today, aren't I? Usually I can pick the boxes straight up, but not today. We do not want to play today. All right, let me see what I can do here. Sometimes simply lying the soaps down like so can actually give me a lot of space back. Let's just try and see. I think those gemstones are just way too big on the top here. Let's pop you and you. Yeah. I don't want to squish them, so we're not going to do that. I don't think that's going to work for me either, but we might be able to go that way. Let's see. It's like a big jigsaw, as I said before. Let's get our shower steamers in there. All right, we'll pop deodorants in there. No, it's not. The last time I actually sent her stuff, and I didn't necessarily pack it really tight, but there was an issue that some of the tins actually did get a little bit squashed that were in the order. So I'm trying to make sure that we don't run into that problem again. But I think I may have to stop being stubborn and go and get myself a bigger box, because yeah, this one's not gonna work. All right, I've got myself the bigger box. I know even if I unpack these out of the bag, they're still not gonna go in the way I want them to. So let's pop those ones back in. Let's get our soaps back in here. We're also gonna pop in our deodorants, might pop them like so. We'll stand that up on its side because that will give us a little bit more room. And we're going to pop our 3 facial gels in there too. That is much better, not so squished then. All right, so we've got all of those in, and because Tara is also a Pamper Club member, as I mentioned on earlier orders, and I did actually remember on Julie's, if you're watching here, I forgot to add in your free 2 shower steamers. I unpacked the order and I did put them in, and I've remembered to pick up the extra 2 here for Tara to go in there. Gonna get some paper shred in. All right, let's get these ones in, and hopefully this time, Tara, they're a little bit more gentle with your parcel and things don't get damaged this time. And the last time the little tins that the solid perfume in got a little bit dented. She said that the perfume was still, oh not perfume, sorry, the solid lotion bars. She said the bars were still fine, but the tins had got a little bit dented, sadly. All right, we'll pop in her thank you card as well. And we're gonna pop in a little ray of sunshine. There we go. Oh, I've run out of those. I was gonna send her a chocolate scrubby cream, but I've run out of them. Let's pop in a little face mask for her as well, because she said that she'd been hot and bothered while in China. Just having a little face mask can really help to bring the facial skin back, because the face really does cop it when it is hot and humid and horrid. So having a little face mask will be nice. Let's get that one all sealed up. I'm going to get it wrapped up and ready to ship off in my big basket over there. I've already printed up most of the other shipping labels. I normally don't do them until, well, it's just on 3 o'clock now. So Tara, you did, that was the other thing she noted on there, that you did actually get it in with today's cut-off time. I usually don't print the labels until later, but because I've just been so, I need to get cleaned up and I need to get things organized. One of those sort of organized things in my head is to get those shipping labels done, ready, and knew that that job was done. So I did actually print up all the shipping labels just a little bit earlier, but that's okay. We'll easy enough to print up a new one here for Tara as well. Let's get this down to the right size. So basically for the rest of the afternoon, I've just got a few more things that I need to go around and put away. As I said, I've got to work out where to store all of these bottles of the dry perfume oil that is coming out, or dry oil perfume that is coming out in August. I've got them in these bottles kind of maturing and doing their thing. And because I'm gonna actually have several options, I do kind of have the space in the shop because I've got a few empty shelves, but a lot of them are low down and I don't like having new products and products like that low down. So because I'm gonna have several options on the website, including the 50ml bottle, the 10ml, 5ml discoveries and stuff like that. Basically, I'm going to leave them in the bottles, and as orders come through, I will decant them off until I've got space to put stuff on the shelves in here. So I need to find somewhere to put those glass bottles where they're going to be safe and easy for me to access, hopefully on a regular basis. But I just don't know, because space is such a premium right now. But we'll wait and see what happens with those. But I'm really excited to bring those out. So I've done perfume oils for a long time in rollers. They've never been super popular. Most people do prefer to have a spray or a solid perfume. So when I bought the solid perfumes out, they've been really popular, especially in the store. But the perfume oils have just never been very popular at all. In the shop, I do have spray perfumes available, but because of the high alcohol content in them, the reality of it is I shouldn't be shipping them. So many small businesses still ship their alcohol-based perfumes. Now, I can't really say much because maybe they have been given the correct clearances from Australia Post, but I know when I asked to get the correct clearances to ship alcohol-based products, I was told no, I couldn't have it. That was it. They weren't even interested, not even, like, I'm just not a big enough business for them to actually really worry about sending someone out to train me how to package it all up properly and all that sort of stuff. So I can't sell the spray perfumes, and I get a lot of people asking me if they can purchase them online. It's like, no, you just can't. So I've been working on doing this dry oil perfume for a while now. It's not as simple as throwing your perfume oils into a roller, into a spray bottle, because oils are too heavy. and they tend to squirt rather than spray, or they clog up the nozzles depending what sort of oils that you've got. So they might squirt for the first few uses and then just clog the nozzles up and stuff like that. So it's not as simple as just putting your perfume oils into a spray bottle and calling it a oh, that's usually harder to get in there. Anyhow, so it's not that simple. I have seen some other businesses that have got a very simple, basically 2-ingredient spray perfume, but the reality of it is they do have issues. I have seen one company that they do basically just do isopropyl myristrate, which is an ester with some fragrance, and you know, that is sprayable. It sprays out the bottle, looks really, it looks really nice and stuff. Problem with it is that it's a little bit heavy, so it does actually anchor onto the skin really well, but it doesn't give that cloud of aroma around it. So it might still smell really nice on you, but it's not that you want others to smell, but you know, it is also nice when people comment on your perfume and things like that. Sorry, I just had some more customers come into the shop. She was looking for gifts. So yeah, having isopropyl myristrate or IPM as your base, it can work, but it does have problems. Like I said, it doesn't waft up and around. And after a short time, in order for you to actually smell it, you have to really get your nose close to wherever it is that you have put that scent. So it's not necessarily the best way of doing things. So I have been working on how to keep it sprayable so that it stays anchored to the skin but also clouds up. So it does involve having a mix of the IPM, was struggling, does involve having IPM as that sort of heavier base, and I put in some cyclomethicone, which is a silicone, and I know there's a lot of debate about silicone, but the silicones that I'm using actually don't absorb into the skin. They pretty much act like alcohol. So once they hit the skin, they evaporate off, leaving the skin feeling a silkiness to them, not oily or anything like that. And it's that which helps the fragrance then to evaporate off the skin. So you got the best of both worlds. Now, one of the other problems I had to try and work out as well was satisfying customer demands that just, they clash. As customers, I hear it frequently, they want, you know, body washes, soaps, creams, etc., perfumes that last for hours and hours and hours. You know, you can spray it in the morning and still smell it in the afternoon, like our perfumes once used to. But these same customers also demand that the fragrances are phthalate free. And guess what? It was those nasty little phthalates which held the fragrance to the skin for that extended period of time. So now that our fragrance creators have obliged and removed the phthalates out of most of the sort of fragrances I can access, they're not going to linger on the skin. So I've had to try and work out how I get around this little dilemma. And there, I've been investigating the world of fixatives for scent, and I have been able to find ones which, you know, are not phthalates basically. So it's been a while in the making of getting this to work. There's also a problem that I've never been particularly good with fragrance on my skin. Even your really high-end perfumes, you know, the ones that you were able to wear all day, they never lasted on me all day, and I have discovered it is because of my skin chemical makeup. So for me, testing perfume is not always the easiest, and I was getting frustrated because hubby wasn't even saying anything, but then he did say that I always smell of something, so how was he meant to know I was wearing perfume? So I have sent it off to some of my guinea pigs who have reported back that they do get that long wear out of them, and, you know, feels really good. So that is the result over there are these perfumes. Just waiting on the packaging so I can finish packaging, you know, compiling all of that. But for now I do have to work out where to put those bottles. But it is 3:30. I've done an awful lot of talking, so it's going to be super long. I'm just putting away these tins, and then I'm gonna have to see if tomorrow if I can salvage the shaving soap that I made last week. Oh, I can't believe I did it. I usually only make up enough shaving soap to fill up 9 tins, and usually before I make my shaving soap, I double check the box to make sure I've got tins. And for some reason last week, I didn't double check if I had tins. I printed up a recipe for 18 tins, didn't double check, just happily made it. And then I went to pull the tins out and only had 5 tins available. So I've put all the other shaving soap in here, and it's gone hard. So I don't really want to scrape it out and push it into these tins, because that's just not going to be nice. It's going to be lumpy and bumpy. But what I'm going to see if I can try and do with it is pop it back into the crock pot, warm it up, get it nice and soft and ready to pop into these tins, and see if I can actually salvage 1.5 kilos worth of shaving soap. Can't believe I did that. If not, the other option I want to see if I can do is actually put it through the hand press and make some refillable pucks. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I'm going to get on to finishing this up, and then I will be back in the shop tomorrow. We've got things to make. I've got to replan my sort of thing. Oh, I wasn't expecting to sell quite as many of the scented shower steamers as I sold, because Samantha did buy all of those packs there. Not complaining at all, definitely not complaining about that, but because of how many I've sold, and I've actually sold quite a few of the scented ones in the shop, I will have to make more shower steamers this week. But rather than keep talking about it, I'm going to go and get all this sorted out, and then we'll be back tomorrow and we will see what I've decided to do. So we've just done a bit of housekeeping this morning. My windows have just gotten to the point of you're almost not going to be able to see through them with how much dirt was caked onto them. It was absolutely terrible. There's a lot of building work going on in Caloundra, and now there's a little parkland sort of area just on the next corner there, and they've been ripping that down, knocking the buildings down, and it's just created so much dust that my windows desperately needed cleaning. So I've been meaning to bring in the cleaning stuff, and I just keep forgetting. And yesterday I messaged hubby and said, can you please put the window squeegee on the table, so I remember to bring it into work today. So that was the first thing I got on with, and I also went and picked the orders that came in last night. So let's take a look at what we're going to be packing. So I've got all my boxes and everything ready here because I'm going to have a jam-packed day. I was editing the video from yesterday's footage this morning, and as always, Tuesday's footage is super duper long. So I'm going to try and keep today's a little bit shorter just to make my editing easier. So I've got everything prepared. This order here, this is for Tev, and she's ordered some soaps. It's funny, she's grabbed 3 of these bamboo and white lilies. I've not sold these for ages, and now all of a sudden they're being noticed and sold, so that is excellent. She's grabbed 3 of those. I think I'm going to get someone come in through the door. Nope, they changed their mind and they walked off. So let's continue packing Tev's order. She's also grabbed some of the Bare Essentials soaps. We've got 3 of the aloe vera cucumber and 3 of the gardenia. So these are still available. They've just gone up to more of a retail price as opposed to the wholesale price that I had on them. And there are also multi-buy discounts on them, so you can still actually get quite good prices on soaps that come without the packaging. Let's pop some paper shred in there, like so. we're going to grab, oh, that's what I haven't done. I thought I was all prepped and ready to go, and I'm not. I'm going to grab a little ray of sunshine. We'll pop that one in down the side there. We also need a sampler to go in here, so let's grab one of those. And I also have to write up my little thank you card. I'm afraid I'm not very creative when it comes to doing the thank you cards. I know so many people write these big long-winded messages, or they write funny things and stuff like that on them. I don't know, I've just never been able to do it without it sounding too cheesy. But I do still like to handwrite the person's name and my name on all of the cards. So I do still pop them in with that little message on there. Let's pop that on there. Probably about the only time I don't put the little thank you card in is if someone has actually specifically said to me, it is a gift and can I leave a happy birthday message, because then it doesn't sound very good on my thank you card going thank you for your order when they actually didn't order. So I just include the birthday messages, but that's Tev's done. All right, just had a Pamper Club member come into the shop, so that was lovely to see her. It's been a little while. I grabbed her 2 mystery or randomly selected shower steamers as well. All right, so while I was with her, I did wrap up Tev's order, so that one is now all done and dusted. And then I have got another order here for Marion over in WA, so let's grab that one. I also fully prepared this one with the little ray of sunshine and the thank you card and all the other little bits as well. So let's see what Marion has ordered. All right, so let's grab those little bits out. She has grabbed the complete collection of the shower steamers here. So that's the menthol ones, and in goes the scented ones there. And then she's also grabbed some, oh, there's a noisy bike going by. She's also grabbed some of our guest soap bars. She has got 2 of the lavender. I don't think that's going to go that way, but they will go in that way. She has also grabbed 3 salty mariners, so we'll pop those in on the end. We have got 3 black raspberry vanilla, so we'll pop those ones in there. And she's also grabbed 3 of the sunshine ones as well, so let's pop those in. Oh, look, it fits nicely. All right, we just need a little bit of paper shred so it doesn't rattle around too much while in transit. We're going to pop in a little ray of sunshine. Actually might pop that so it's down the side of the paper so it doesn't bulge the box out there. Let's stick all these bits in here. We've got a fig and olive hand cream sample and the little thank you card in here as well. So I'm going to get this one all done up like we always do. I've got my little stickers here. So I'm going to get Marion's all wrapped up in the paper as well. And then I did have a look around the shop yesterday, in like this sort of last half hour, to work out exactly what I needed to actually restock on the shelves. I didn't realise there was a couple of things that had either run out or very low. As I said yesterday, I do need to fix up that shaving soap at some point this week, see if we can salvage it. What else have I got on here? I've got some of the foaming sugar scrubs, which are running really low. In fact, I've run out of the sleepy time altogether, and I've only got 2 of the unicorn one left, so I need to make some of those, and some coconut lime as well. And I thought I actually might make up some little coconut lemongrass ones, just some little sachets, and make some little packs up, some little gift idea packs with the scrub and the shower steamer. So that's one thing on my list to do. Always love adding extra tasks. What else have we got? I need to make some sleepy time soaking salts because they've been really popular lately. I also need to make some cream cleanser and some fresh magnesium lotion. I've only got 3 of those on the shelf, and they're always popular at this time of year. I'm just watching all the people walking by the shop. There's a lot of people out there eyeing up the heat packs that are out the front. But the other really, really important thing I need to be doing is making some of these scented shower steamers. Who's counting how many times I say shower steamers in this vlog? It's a lot. but I've running really low on those scented ones already. So that is, I think, going to be the most important thing to do. So I am going to get this one all wrapped up. And then I'm going to go and pull out all the ingredients and start making these shower steamers, because they do take a couple of days to dry and get packaged and everything else. And I don't want to run out of stock, seeing as I have been going on and on and on about them for so long. So that is the plans for today, to get those shower steamers done. And if I've got any other time, I will see what else we can actually do. But as I said, there's a lot of people outside today. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. A little bit chilly, but it's an absolutely gorgeous day out there, and there's a lot of people around. I think the southern states are still on school holidays, and that's why we've got a few people around. So I want to go and get my door open, get my music on, and get it really inviting as soon as people come into the shop. Alright, I am almost done with making the scented shower steamers, and I have to say I am no longer happy with this press that I got in a few months ago. When I got it in, I was super impressed with it. I told my patrons about it. I did stuff on YouTube about it, thought it was really good. I now don't think it's very good at all. Probably a couple of months, well, it couldn't have been a couple of months. It must have been 6 or 7 weeks after getting the machine. This little pin in here, which does the whole ratchet thing, started to slide out, and I had to keep pushing it in. And one day it slid out so far that it fell out, and it took me forever to work out how to put the machine back together to still get the tension on it, and so that I could actually use it. And I never went back to the guy about it, because when I got the machine, if you saw me do the unboxing of it, I said that I'd been sent the incorrect molds with it. And when I wrote to him and said, I just wanted to let you know that I've actually received the incorrect molds. I don't know if they were incorrectly printed, or if you've sent someone else my molds, and there might be someone else out there with the incorrect ones. And the message I basically got back from him said that he was just so busy that mistakes happen. And that was the end of that. There was no intention, there was no apology, there was no intention to fix it, nothing. So I thought, well, there's no point going to him and telling him his machine, see, look, this is jammed. jammed again on me. No point telling him that the machine's broken, because I don't think he'll really care, given that he didn't even care that he'd sent me the wrong molds. So I've kind of, whenever I've been using it, I just keep pushing the pin in every time it slides out. And I got halfway through making the sun-kissed shower fizzes, and I could see that the pin was sliding out and I needed to push it back in. And at the same time, I spotted a customer coming through the door, and I turned and said hello, and at the same time pushed the pin in, not realizing it had come all of the way out, and I've completely lost all the tension on the machine. Because I pushed it back in and realised what had happened. It took me forever to get the pin back out of it. I've lost all the tension on the machine. I've obviously put it back in the wrong place, because now the handle's at the back of the machine instead of at the front. And every so often, it now just jams on me. I'm really so unimpressed with this. Like, even when I get it right down to the bottom, that's where the pressure starts, and before the pressure was starting up here, and there's just absolutely no pressure on here. And that was the whole sort of thing of getting this hand machine, because it did have the pressure on it, so it wasn't going to take me as much oomph to use it, because it really does play a huge toll on my arms and my shoulders and everything else. So yeah, I'm really not impressed with this machine anymore. Don't recommend it at all. I'm gonna see, once I've finished making these shower fizzes, if I can fix it again, but I know I'm just going to continue to have problems with this little pin. I mean, I can already see it's popped back out again since pushing it back in, so I'll keep persisting with it for this batch, and then I think I'm going to have to go and start researching for another hand press, because there's no point having equipment that it'll do. Like, for starters, the handle's on this the wrong way, so I actually can't get the pressure. I'm actually really hurting my wrist doing it this way, and it's jammed again. When you're working with equipment that doesn't do what it's meant to do, not only do you run the risk of actually hurting yourself, it's also then not enjoyable to make the things that you're making. And if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you can't sell what it is that you're making. So yeah, really, really disappointed with the press. Has anyone else had, I know a few people said that they've had this press and they absolutely love it. Has anyone else had it and had these same problems of the mechanism just coming apart? Like, I can't be the only one, surely. But I just don't. It's now been quite a few months. I think I got it around the start of the year, actually. So it has been a while. So I don't know, my own worst enemy. I can't be bothered to go back to him. I'm definitely not going to buy anything more from him. I didn't like the molds he sent me either. They didn't unmold very easily. Everything got really stuck. But this machine, like, I paid a couple of $100 for it, including the shipping, and I'm not happy. See, it's jammed again. It does unjam itself, hopefully. Yeah, it does unjam itself, but this is now starting to really hurt my wrist. So luckily, I only have 8 more of these shower steamers to actually press, and then all of the scented ones have been made, and then tomorrow when I come back into the shop, I will be able to wrap them up in some biodegradable film, get them in boxes and restock the shelf, and then hopefully also put some discovery packs onto the shelf in the shop. Oh dear, now I've jammed that, that's it. So yeah, these shower steamers have just been one drama after another, haven't they? But they are proving popular. I've had people in the shop for them as well, doing well online. So that is a positive out of it all. There's not much more for me to do today. It's almost 3 o'clock. I will have to go and do up my shipping labels for the couple of orders that we packed earlier. And then I need to clean up my mess. Making shower steamers is one of the messiest things to do. I can feel it all over the floor and stuff. Anyway, this is the last steamer from the Sweet Dreams. Oh, that's actually the right. No, I need a little bit more out of there. So that is all of that done. I am going to go and clean up this glorious mess. See if I can get this stupid machine to work. Now I can't even get my thing under. That's it. And then once that's done, I might see if I can find myself a new press. And then we'll be back in tomorrow, as I said, to wrap all of these up. And hopefully also wrap a whole load of soaps as well. There's another drama story. All right, it is Thursday morning. I am having one of those mornings. Right now I'm just finding out all the shower steamer boxes that I need to take in. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19, 20. So I'm getting all these ready, and as you can see, I've got little Miss Pepper down here, making sure that I'm counting them all right. It has definitely been one of those mornings. So I woke up to a message from someone. They actually messaged me. Why does that one not look open? I must have sealed it up well. I had a message yesterday. I actually didn't pack the order on the website, from a customer who bought from me 9 months ago, then wrote to me about an issue that they were having, and I went to sort the issue out, got that done, and then they placed another order. This is their second order, and that's all gone through, dropped it off at the post office yesterday. And then I get this message from them this morning saying that they're really confused because they paid for postage. Why are they having to pick it up? And I said, oh God, they've done it again. My local post office, and it's actually not the husband and wife that have done it this time, because they're apparently on holiday for 3 weeks, and there's some temp people in there. And when I had a look, all of the parcels that I dropped off at the post office yesterday were scanned in incorrectly, and they have all come up as awaiting collection at my local post office. And it always causes me heaps of grief when they do that, because then I get lots and lots of emails from people. Most people, I can understand it, they're cross and confused. Most people are pretty good about it, but on occasion I do get those sort of ones that I think, oh gosh, this is just going to escalate beyond my control. And when it's already an order where you've had an issue that you're trying to fix, and then this happens, it's like, oh, I really don't need these stresses in my life right now. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, I need one more. So then I had to go and message everyone else that had placed orders to say, look, really sorry, but they have messed up the scanning. So I've been attending to that this morning. Let's get this last one done. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 18, 19, 20. All right, so I've got all of those that I need. I have been continuing to edit Tuesday's footage. Oh my God, what was I doing? I have just finished editing the bit where I forgot to turn the microphone back on, and we're up to an hour just in one day. So, oh, crazy. God, I can talk, can't I? Which I'm doing right now. But last night, I've been going backwards and forwards with this print company about the QR codes. And I said to them, I acknowledge that, you know, I should have checked the QR codes, but tell me, how is it that your design team have changed a PNG file? If it had been an SVG file, I can understand that because they are easily changed. But PNG files are not easily changed. And then she's come back at me and said, no, you've sent us the wrong QR code. And she said, and it doesn't match the QR code that's on my facial soap box. And I'm thinking, well, the one on the facial soap box actually works, and that's, you know, maybe I used to use, sorry, that's really noisy. You can enjoy the mess in the back of the office here. Shopify, who my shopping platform is with, they used to have a app called Link Pop, and that was like, you know how you say link in bio sort of thing. Well, I used to use the Link Pop, and then a couple of years ago they said that they were no longer supporting it, they were getting rid of it. So I actually created a QR code that is actually on, it directs you to a hidden page on my website where I have all of my links, because I've used all these different QR code things in the past, and at some point people close these companies down, they make changes, suddenly your QR codes don't work and things. So I got sick and tired of it, and I actually created a hidden page within my website that is only accessible through this QR code, and it's got all the links to Instagram, Facebook, and all the rest of it. So I changed it to that, and I have been slowly updating all the packaging to this new QR code. And I'm thinking maybe I didn't change it on that facial bar, but I kept going back last night saying, no, you guys changed the QR code. Like, and I actually said, here is the original email with the original files that I sent to you. And you can see it's got the correct QR code on it. And then I was thinking about it, I thought, I'm sure I updated the QR code on that facial soap box to the new QR code, even though they're telling me that I didn't. So I've actually brought up the original email with the facial soap box on it. I had to send them as separate emails because of how big the files were. And sure enough, the original file has the new QR code to my website on it. So I've actually just spent this morning writing to them saying, oh, I've actually just got a reply from someone. I actually sent another email this morning, and I said, I'm a bit confused as after last night. No, hang on, I've missed words. That's how upset I am about it. I said I was a bit confused last night as after I sent the last email, as I suddenly thought I actually did update that QR code from the link popped that has been printed to the correct QR code. This morning I called up the email I sent you on the 15th with the final amendment to the facial box, and just like the original files I sent, it has the new QR code on it, not the one you printed. Does this mean my previous embedded files are stored somewhere in your system and it's read the file name and replaced the images? Like, I just want some acknowledgement that something has gone wrong on their side. I said, luckily this QR code actually does still work, but link pop are going obsolete and it might not work in the not too distant future. And I have actually said to them, I also said these changes have not been made by me because they keep telling me I've made the changes. Like, how do you change them? I said, these changes haven't been made by me. As I say, I accept responsibility for not checking the QR codes had not been altered during the process, but I'm not accepting that I sent you the wrong files. When I have all the emails with the original file attachments showing the correct codes. You can double check this to make sure I'm not lying by going through your files that I have sent you. I said, I've also attached what the QR code actually should have been, and you can see it's a PNG file, which I don't even know how to alter a PNG file. I said, I'm not asking for compensation, as I know that it will be put back on me. It's part of the terms and conditions that you double check what the proofs are. I said, but some acknowledgement that something has gone wrong on your side, I didn't say your because that's very personal, I've actually put the company's name, would go a long way to building the customer relationship that has actually been completely destroyed through this process. Right now, I don't trust the company enough to send any more printing jobs. It's actually now come back from someone bigger. And he's actually asking me to give him a quick call. So, yeah, I might go and do that. I've actually got to go to work. All right, I am going to head to work and see how I go. I've got all my boxes. This is going to be a super long vlog full of drama. Let's go. Okay, so that has been very interesting. interesting start to the day, that's for sure. So I called this new account manager that I had been asked to call through to speak to them, thinking, oh, here we go. And he said, I need to clarify what exactly has happened. And I said to him, look, the QR codes on all of my files have been changed. I said, on the facial soap bar box, it has been changed from the code that I sent through to an old code that was on my previous prints, but I updated it. And I said, and on the shower steamer boxes, the code has been altered to have removed some of the markings and put new markings in so that the code doesn't read. And he said, okay, well, of the 15 designs that you had print, how many codes don't work? And I said, 14 do not work. So 14 of my codes do not work. I said the code on the facial box does work, but it is an old code that is meant to be going obsolete. I don't have a date of when it's going to become obsolete. We just know that it is going to go obsolete, which is why I updated it. And he said, all right, he said, I can see that your original files did have the QR code on that you are saying we should have printed. And I said, thank you. And he said, okay. And he said, what is it that we can do to build your confidence back with us? And I said, look, like I said in the email, I'm not asking for compensation because I understand the terms and conditions say that the onus is on me to double check the proofs. And once the proofs have been checked, that's it. I've agreed to it. I said, but as someone who is not a designer, and I am treated differently because I'm not a professional designer, I said, I didn't realise you guys could change PNG files. I also wasn't watching for you to put a completely different QR code into a file either. I said, I didn't think I would have to rescan all these QR codes that I knew was working. I said, I don't know how the PNG file got changed. I said, I didn't send it as a vector, I didn't send it as an SVG, and these files can be changed. But the PNG file, how do you even alter a PNG file by taking sections out? I said, so, I get it. I said, I get that onus is on me. So I'm not asking for compensation. However, what I would like is some acknowledgement from X company to say that you guys have made a mistake. I said, right now, first of all, the original account manager came back at me saying there was nothing wrong with the barcodes and that it was my scanner that was the problem, and I wasn't questioning the barcodes, but she blamed that on me. Then she's blamed me for sending the incorrect files. Then she's blamed me for changing the files. She's also told me that she and her team have been able to get X number of boxes to scan. I said, none of mine scan. I said, I don't know which ones you guys have been able to get to scan. I said, can you tell me which ones you could get scanned? And he says, we can't get them to scan. I said, well, there's the problem. That's my problem I'm having with you guys right now. You are putting the entire blame onto me. You're lying to me by telling me that some of the codes scan. I said, you've just completely and utterly blown all trust I have with you to do more of my future designs, especially if you are going to be pulling up old images from previous designs and putting them into new designs. I said, I just wanted acknowledgement that I've accepted responsibility for my part of not checking, and for any future prints, whether it's done with you or another company, I will definitely be checking it. But what I do want is some acknowledgement that your company has changed the files. I said, I did see that things can be moved and stuff was moved, and I picked up on that. I checked that none of the lettering had been removed because I'm aware that that could actually be changed. I said, but I did not think you could change a PNG file. And he still can't tell me how the actual PNG file got altered the way it did. Like, to me, it's not like they could have picked up someone else's QR code, because I would have somebody else's stuff coming up on it. I said, like I said, I accept responsibility for not checking the code. I said, but I do not appreciate the fact that this entire mess up is entirely blamed on me when we've got all of the email proof showing what I sent to you as original files. I said, somewhere along the line, the design team has changed those original files. And I said, that's where you've actually lost me as a customer, the not taking responsibility on your side. I said, I'm not asking for compensation. I just want to acknowledge that something has gone wrong in the process, and to have been guaranteed that this wouldn't happen again. If she'd said to me, we're really sorry, it does appear that something has happened. We really do apologise. Maybe in future you can remember to check all the QR codes. I said, that would have been even better. I said, but the fact that she then just decided to put the entire blame on me and telling me I'd made all the mistakes, I said, that is bad customer stuff. And he said, no, he said, I completely agree. He said, it should not have been entirely blamed on you, especially when you have accepted responsibility for your part. And I said, look, I don't know where to go from here. I said, I really don't trust that you are going to print any future works correctly. And he has assured me that it won't happen again. And I said, well, the thing is, I also know, I think this box I've done is way too big. I said, I also know that I now need to double check the work as well. It's a hard lesson that I've learned. I said, I'm not interested in her solution for me to buy stickers to stick to the boxes. I don't think it would look professional. It was not the idea of getting boxes to stick stickers on them. I said, I don't want that as the solution. At the end of the day, the boxes are functional. They hold the product. They say what the product is. They've got all the legal stuff on it. I said, it's just the fact that the QR code is not going to do the job that I wanted it to do, to direct people through to other sites and stuff. So he did say in the end, he said, look, I really do want to see what we can do about fixing this. He said, especially the fact that I have acknowledged that I am partly to blame. So he gave me two solutions. One was either to have an extra percentage of boxes printed for free on the next print run, or to offer me a store credit. And I said, look, at the end of the day, as I said, I'm not expecting compensation because, my fault. So if you do want to compensate, I'm happy to take whatever you offer to me. I'm not going to kick up a fuss or anything like that. I said, I just wanted acknowledgement that it is something that has happened at your end and that it won't happen again. And which he said, yep, that's it. And then he gave me either, to get extra boxes printed or a credit. And I said, whichever one you guys decide to offer. And I think he's actually going to send through the credit, because he said, if I end up with only a short print run, I might not end up with as much value. Whereas if I go for a bigger run, I might still not end up with as much value, but at least I have a better understanding of how much money I'm going to save. So he said he's got to go and get it cleared with his bosses, but that's what they're going to offer. And hopefully moving forward, if I do get more print work done with them, there will be things in place to make sure that my design work is not altered beyond maybe the odd thing getting misaligned, like not having PNG files altered. And I said to him, and I will double check as well, like lesson learned, as I said. Anyhow, let's get over it and let's pack this order. You can probably also hear, I'm betting that's George. I'm betting 100%. Hi, George. Oh, look, there's also a message there from the company. And yes, they've offered me a store credit. Fantastic. So Great. Yes. Hi, George. I'll get to you in a moment. Shush. Anyhow, this order is for Stacey. She used to be a customer of mine down at Cleveland. Often tries to pop into the Caloundra shop, but often misses my opening hours. But she has placed an order. She's been waiting for these shower steamers to come out. You guys are going to be so fed up of these in the end, aren't you? Anyway, she's ordered one of the Breathe. We've got a eucalyptus mint. So these are almost the same. Eucalyptus mint is just eucalyptus and mint fragrance oil, whereas your Breathe is your essential oils and also has that camphor and rosemary in, as well as the menthol crystals. She has grabbed 2 of the orange goji. I should actually mark these off because we don't want any more dilemmas. We've also got 2 rainwater to go in here, and we've got a that's Sweet Dreams. Let's cross them off correctly. And we've also got Sanctuary to go in here as well. I'm going to have a review of what boxes to send these out because there's a lot of empty space, but that's okay. Let's get some paper in there. Oh, George is still messaging me. He writes a sentence per thing, so you get a paragraph over the whole beep 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 sort of thing. Quite funny. Anyway, there we go. There is my little ray of sunshine, my little sampler, and we've got the little thank you card to go in there as well. So as you saw this morning, as I said this morning, I have bought in more boxes. So once I get these orders, we've got one more. Once we've got these orders all packaged up, I will be wrapping up the shower steamers and popping them out on the shelf because these fragrance ones have definitely been super popular. Let's get that in there so I don't mess them up. All right, so let's grab the next order. This is for Rebecca, who is a Pamper Club member. She has grabbed, let's sort this out. We have got a Citrus Burst conditioner here. We also have Uplift menthol shower steamer. We have got a orange goji berry. We have got Focus. I absolutely love this one. I put some of the essential oil blend into a bottle and took it home to go in my little diffuser, and I work with it in the office. I am thinking of bringing some of these blends out available for sale to go in those diffusers, but like everything, there's so many ideas to bring out. It will come eventually. She has also grabbed the Energize menthol one, and as a Pamper Club member she does get 2 additional shower steamers, 1 menthol and 1 scented. So let's pop those in. And she's also grabbed for herself, let's try not throwing them everywhere. She's grabbed 2 of the Surprise lip balm bundles, and she's grabbed 1 in the classic beeswax. So that is that one in there. That's how Rebecca has become a customer of mine. She came into the shop one day from Toowoomba, and she purchased a couple of lip balms, fell in love with them, and pretty much has more lip balms than I have on display these days. She loves the lip balms. She has also grabbed the vegan friendly trio, so I've got 3 of those in there. So let's pop them in. Now the other thing is, last month Rebecca's Pamper Club membership did renew. That's the correct label there. So I've been waiting for her to place this order so we can send off her Pamper Club renewal subscription. I need a little bag. Now this is her 2nd year of renewing. So for 2nd year renewals, my members get a little face mask gift set for it. So when you sign up for the 1st year, you get like a little selection from across the range. There'll be like a little mini soap, a lip balm, the shower steamers, just all the little things, so you can have a little bit of a try. On the 2nd year, you get the face mask. The 3rd year, I'm probably going to have to renew it or review it, because originally it was a little heat pack, which I have actually sold out of, with some magnesium cream and a mug that is not available for sale. It is only sent out to my members, but I have actually sold out of all those heat packs. So I'll either need to make some specifically for my members as a member only bonus, or review what goes in it. And then my 4th year subscriptions, because this is the 4th year we've been running them. Oh, I should also say at 3 years, you also then get bumped from 15% to 18% saving. And once you get to your 4th year, you get 6 shower steamers sent out to you, selected from random. So there'll be 3 menthol and 3 scented in there. So that is Rebecca's, all in with our little ray of sunshine, our little thank you card, and our sample in there. Let's get that one all packaged up and ready for me to start wrapping. So as I said, once I get these all wrapped up, I am going to get the shrink wrap machine out. We're going to get all of those shower steamers there all boxed up and ready for me to pop onto the shelf. I was a bit disappointed. I should have actually had a delivery of soap labels yesterday. For some reason, they didn't deliver it, which is crazy because it was picked up from Coolum, which is like 40 minutes up the road on, what's today, Thursday, so Wednesday, Tuesday. It was picked up Tuesday morning from Coolum and should have actually arrived. Everything said it should have arrived yesterday, so one day to deliver it within the same, metro area. And it didn't arrive, but it is, I have had notification to say it's arriving today. So I can't box up soaps today, but we will definitely do them tomorrow. So I will instead, once we've got all that packed up, get on with some of the easier jobs on my list. I say easy, but they kind of are to me. I'll be making some sugar scrubs. I'll see if I can salvage that shaving soap over there. We'll do things like the soaking salts and that sort of thing as well. So that is the plan for today. There's probably not going to be a lot more talking because, like I said, Mondays or Tuesdays is already up to an hour and I haven't even finished editing it. Oh, crazy. And plus my battery's almost flat, so I need to go and get that on charge. Super busy in the shop today. I'm really surprised at how busy it's actually been this week. I have got the shop door open so you can probably hear the sound of the cars going by, but I did just want to very quickly share this with you. So you know how yesterday my press just was giving me issues. I wanted to share with you, even though I have been able to somewhat fix it, it does make a huge difference not having the pressure that should be on the machine. And I noticed while I was actually cleaning up, I think you can kind of see it. In fact, you can. I'm squinting. Don't look at me, camera. These are actually level, and this one is actually bigger than that one because I've not been able to compress it as much without having that sort of pressure that's in the machine. And I've also noticed that the lavender ones are a little bit bigger again, sort of the same issue, like they're flat. It's only a couple of mil difference, and luckily when I got the boxes done, I did add on that little bit of space. So if we just quickly grab this one, this is one of the ones I did before the press broke, and there is, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see, don't look at me, there is enough gap in there, like it does rattle. So there is plenty of room for these ones to actually go into the box, but I will have to try, why did I take that out? I will have to try and find myself a new press to use so I can get that on there. I unfortunately can't use the air compressor at the moment in terms of you know, I was making them yesterday in the middle of the day. I can't have an air compressor going off in the shop, especially with my neighbours and things as well. I do have my pneumatic press that I could use in other instances, but if I need to do these top-ups constantly, I need a hand press. I was looking last night and realised we used to have a place here called Bath Bomb World. Apparently they've closed down. Didn't even realise they'd closed down. And we don't have anyone else here in Australia that actually sell bath bomb presses that I can find. I've found some places on Amazon that have got bath bomb presses that are coming in from America, but they don't have particularly good reviews. The one press, a lot of people say you need an engineering degree to be able to adjust the height of it. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'm not sure about that. Actually, I'll have to keep these two. I'm just not sold on any of those. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to keep looking around, see if I can maybe play around with that other press to try and get it to work. If anyone here in Australia does have recommendations for a good hand press that has got that sort of pressure built into it as well, please let me know, because I desperately need a new one now. I'm going to have to keep these two. I tried, once I realised that these were thicker, I went and grabbed the mould and tried repressing them, but my mold does have a little bit of an indentation in the side of it, so there must have been water and it's gone a little bit funny on the edges. So I'll keep these ones for home. Anyway, I'm going to keep getting these ones wrapped up, and then I'm going to stop for a little bit of lunch, and then I'll try and get on with the rest of the day. Actually, I might wrap these up for myself to take home so that they're actually protected from the very hot showers that I like to take at home. But I'm almost finished with these and can get my shelf restocked, because I've been selling these today in store as well. right, I am cutting it really, really fine here, guys. I was watching the time, but I wasn't watching the time. It is bang on 4 o'clock and I really need to get myself out the door so I can head to the post office. So I've pulled everything in. I am just doing my cash up now so that it all goes through overnight. It has been a very good day, which I'm really surprised about because it's been so quiet for so long, and this week's actually turning out pretty good. So we've got that all done there. I've actually made, let's have a look. I'm pretty sure in 3 days I've made more than what I did all of last week. No, I'm almost there. It's looking like it's going to be a good week, which I'm very, very happy about. I just make sure that I have got everything done on here and tell my Soap Maker 3 I have just made all these foaming sugar scrubs. So I did today, I've managed to salvage, thank goodness, the shaving soap. So it did actually go nice and soft and I was able to pop it into the tins. Why would that need changes? It doesn't. I was able to get that into the tins, which is great because that was 13 tins of shaving soap. And I haven't, because I did it nice and slow and low heat, I haven't ruined the essential oil blend or anything like that. I have made the Sleepy Time soaking salts, so that is done. I have just made the Sleepy Time, the coconut lime, and the unicorn fluff foaming sugar scrub. I did want to make the coconut lemongrass, but I have literally run out of time. Like I really need to be running out the door. So I actually might leave that till next week because the shelf doesn't need topping up. I just wanted to make some little packs up with the shower steamer and the scrub because I think they'll be really nice for Christmas and stuff like that. Of course you want to do an update right now. But that can actually wait until next week. I have also printed up the soap labels that I will need for tomorrow because that will be tomorrow's thing. I'm going to come in. I need to make the fresh magnesium oil because I sold a fair bit of that in the shop today and I've now only got 2 left. Yep, 2 left on the shelf. So that will be tomorrow's task, is to get that on. And then I've also got a whole heap, I've also got a whole heap of soaps to package up. And the other thing today, I had a customer come in and she's traveling on here on holiday and she asked if I shipped, and I said, yes, I do. And I reached round to grab a business card for her. And as I've reached round, I've actually blue tacked this on now, but there's a little ducky. Someone has left a little yellow ducky on my business card thing. I did message Lee because Lee put those onto her soaps and she said apparently it's something to do with TikTok. I don't know, I'm not on TikTok, but it really did make me smile to see that little ducky sat there. So I don't know when it was put there, how long it has been there for, but whoever put it there, it really did make my day to see that there today. And I've now blue tacked it on, so if anyone does try to take it, I'll notice because my little, it's attached to the little sign, so they will just make an absolute mess like I just did then. Anyhow, I'm going to go and get my laptop put into my bag. I'm going to go grab the parcels that need to go to the post office, and I'm going to go home, and our new microwave was delivered today, 5 days earlier than what was expected. So I'm going to go home and go and get that out and go and cook hubby and I some dinner. All right, it is Friday. I'm in the shop. This morning I was editing the vlog like I do in mornings on vlog weeks, and I've only just finished editing the footage for Tuesday on the first day. Oh my goodness, 1 hour and 13 minutes. I am so sorry, guys. But I know you guys always say that you like the long vlogs, but as you see over the next few sort of days, they are a lot shorter things that I'm doing throughout the day because I was very aware that first day was long. But I was doing that this morning. I do still have a couple of minutes before I have to open the door. I popped up the street this morning to go and grab some rice paper rolls for lunch. Oh, because my mum is stopping by the shop today on her way back down the coast from visiting friends. I thought I'd grab her some lunch because normally she pops in and then she goes and gets something for our lunch. I thought, no, I'll go and do that this morning. So I've been and done that. Got a few things to do today. First thing I'm going to go and do is go and grab all the ingredients for the fresh magnesium cream, and I'm going to get that on the go. We did all of that yesterday. Going to get that on the go. I have all of these sugar scrubs and the soaking salts. I need to get the sealing machine out, get those bags sealed and onto the shelf. And then the other big thing for today is to, on the cure rack here, I know you can't really see it, but I have heaps and heaps of soaps there that need to be packaged up. As I said, I have had a bit of a drama with my DTF printing. I have got the boxes for the facial bars, but yesterday I finally got, I shouldn't say finally, this company is not the problem. Yesterday I got my delivery of some DTF labels so I can actually do my printing. I was using a company that's based in Baringa, which is like 20 minutes from the house, 10 minutes from the shop. So it was really convenient that I could, basically, they did have a print, order by a certain time in the morning and you can pick it up in the afternoon. So it made it really, really convenient to pick up an order from them. But this company, I can't even say they've got poor customer service. They've got no customer service. It's been things like the first time I went to go and pick my order up from them, my very first order, I got there and the doorbell to the warehouse wasn't working and I'm standing there pushing this bell, no one's coming out. Then someone's actually come out of the building on their way to do something and then got really quite upset at the fact that they had to go back in and go and get my order, and I just felt like I was a real inconvenience to them. I've had things like they don't tell me when the order is ready to go and pick up, and when I email them 2 or 3 days later, they then get really quite nasty about it. Yeah, it was ready on this day. It's like, well, you need to send me the message. I can't mind read, And then for this, just over almost 2 weeks ago, I sent a message saying to them, I've seen you've got a new website, but your UV DTF printing's not on there. Is this not a service you're offering anymore? And I got an email reply from them. In fact, while I'm talking, I should be doing other stuff. I got an email response from them, which had one of my biggest pet peeves on it, of no salutations, no sign-offs or anything like that. And all I got was, not right now, Jade. That was all that was replied to me with. It's like, okay, well, do I go and find another print company? Will it be up next week? What's actually happening? And a couple of days later, I got another message that was sent out to everyone saying that they were consolidating all of their businesses into, sorry, I'm just trying to work out how many to actually make here. They said that they were consolidating all their businesses into one website because they do things like sublimation printing, they do DTF printing. Apparently they do all this promo printing as well, and they were consolidating it into one site. And I thought, well, maybe once the new site's up and running, then I will be able to order it. So they did give a timeline on that, and when I checked over the weekend, the UV DTF was on there. So on Sunday, I put an order in. On Monday, I get this email from this same Jade, who this time did have salutations and sign-offs and stuff, and said, I'd already had an email saying that they'd started my print job. So as far as I was concerned, it was all right to go. But she sent me this email not long after that print job confirmation going, we've refunded you for the UV DTF, because I had apparel DTF as well. Because we're not offering this right now. We don't even know how you were able to order it when it's not on the website. So I wrote back and I said, well, clearly it was on the website and someone's realised they've accidentally put it on there because you've now removed it. Don't blame the customers. Stop blaming customers when it's not their fault. So I've said, it was clearly on the website. is this a service that you are going to bring back? And if so, when? Because I've got a backlog of soaps that I need to get labelled, printed and out for sale. And she wrote back to me and said, waiting on a new printer, 2 to 3 months. That was how it was worded. It's like, I wrote back and I said, did you not think that it would have been polite to have told me this, or important to have told me this the other week when I emailed about it, so that I could have found another print company to have printed the order in the meantime? I said, now you've actually put me behind, because I now have to wait even longer before I can get these things. Never got a reply back from them. And I was so cross, because if I'd known that, I would have actually told them to cancel the entire print job so that I could get the entire print job done somewhere else where I have to pay shipping and spread the cost of shipping across my entire print job. But instead, they've printed the apparel stuff. So I was absolutely livid about it. And because hubby knows how frustrated I get with this company and just their non-existent customer service, he said, when the print's ready, I'll go and get it for you. Okay, thank you. So he did go and get me the apparel DTF printing. He went and picked that up for me, which I absolutely appreciated. And then I did find another company. I already knew the company were there. They're called Amazing Transfers. They're up at Coolum, which is about 40 minutes away from us, and they don't offer pickup. So I have to pay for shipping. But I've used them before when I first started DTF printing, and I know their quality is really good. So I just put the order in with them. It did cost me a little bit more for the print as well as the shipping. But what I did like about the first company, and what I do like about this Amazing Transfer, is that there's among some of the very few DTF printing companies which only charge you by the centimetre and don't make you fill in an entire gang sheet or an entire piece of printing paper. They just print and charge for what you need. You have to have a minimum 1 centimetre. Which that's easy enough to do. But you can print 10 centimetres or 10 metres of stuff, and you just charged for what you use. So these two companies are good for that. But I'm pretty much now done with this first company. I would much rather just keep going to a company that gets the work done and gets it sent out without the stress. So we've got all the DTF printing. That means once we've got this on the go, I will start pulling. I mean, all of this shelf, this shelf, this shelf, and this shelf, part of this shelf is ready to go. I've got 1, 2, 3 and a half. In fact, it's more than a half, because it's only these little cows on the front that aren't ready. We've basically got 4 shelves of soap that are ready and have been ready for ages to go out. So we're going to get on to doing that today. But I need to go and get my door open. No more yabbering on, because this is getting super long, super whiny. But I'm going to go and get this on the go. do want to cry. I'm actually packing up an order. It's just come in. It's about 20 past 3. So I know that is past the cut-off time. But I've just been speaking to the lovely Sarah, who is looking to get lip balms done up in white label. Before committing to it, she has just ordered a few to try. So I thought, well, we'll get that out now so that it goes out, you know, in a timely manner. So I'm going to get that one packed, but that's not why I want to cry. I can't believe it. So I was talking about the DTF stuff the other day or earlier today. And one of the things, like, although I've used this other one up on the coast before and they're really good quality and all that sort of stuff, one of the reasons I did ultimately go to the local one, apart from being able to pick them up, was that they were cheaper. And when I put this order in the other day with, I can't even think, when I put this order in that I've now actually all chopped up, I put it through when I first found out that the Baringa one couldn't do the printing, and it was coming up like at $23, $24. I thought, oh, this is just too expensive. I'll just wait and see what happens at this other one. And then it's like, no, I have to go and put this order in. So I went back onto the Amazing Transfer site and it took me straight into the build. I finished building the sheet and the sheet came up at just over $15. So I thought, well, I must have done something wrong the other day for it to be so much cheaper. So I proceeded with the order, and you know, we've now obviously got it, and I'm cutting it up thinking it doesn't feel right. It just doesn't, there's something not right about this. And I've got it all cut up and I've just gone to think, oh, how do I stick these to my box? Like normally there's a sticky bit, like a bit backing paper, you peel it off, put it down, rub it on, pull it off. I'm thinking, where's my backing gone? And I thought, they've printed this on apparel stuff. What have I done? And I've gone and pulled up on the bottom of the sheets when you get stuff done. It usually has about your order. And on the bottom, it does say DTF sheet. And I'm thinking, have I ordered the wrong thing? So I've jumped back on, have brought up my invoice and said, oh, I've ordered standard DTF. I'm sure I went into the UV DTF gang sheet and went into the gang sheet builder. I thought, oh well, you know, I've messed up, let's go and redo this order. And I've gone back through the processes of doing it, and while I was in the building area, I've noticed up in the top left corner of the screen there's actually this little drop down box where you can switch that sheet between UVF and regular DTF printing. So I think what's happened is when I've gone back into the website at a later stage, rather than it remembering I was in like the second drop down option for UV DTF, it's just picked DTF printing, and that's why it came up at only $15 for the sheet, because now I've just spent forever trying to rebuild the sheet, because their gang builder is not easy to use. It is not pleasant to use at all. I've eventually got that one all rebuilt and it's come up at $25. It's like, oh, the same amount of printing for a good $10 more. So I've had to just bite the bullet, get it done. I've paid for the shipping again. And I do also need to correct that. They do offer pickup. It just wasn't very obvious as to where to, you had to pick, yeah, it's there. I don't know, guys, let's just give up with printing. So I have actually just reordered a new set of UV DTF printing sheets, so they're not going to come here until tomorrow. I do have a couple of Patreon members waiting for their soaps to be sent out. I will send them out as soon as I get the shipping label or the soap labels. Oh my goodness, I need to go home and go to sleep. It's actually gone really grey, dull and overcast out there and it's not looking good. My mum did stop by. She came in about 11:30 and left at about 1:30. So we're having a good bit of a chat there, didn't get much done, and that was when I realised my DTF stuff was just and I've spent that much time trying to fix it. Anyhow, let's see what Sarah is going to try. So as I said, she's getting all lip balms so she can see what flavours she likes and things like that. She has also grabbed a forget-me-not clip balm because she said she's always losing her lip balm, so hopefully that will help her to keep on track of them. Let's make sure that I have got everything correct in here. She has grabbed a snow cone lip balm. We have a blue raspberry slushy. We have mango peach fusion. We also have grape blast. Then we've got a lemonade. We have got cherry berry blast, which is that one. That is the most popular flavour, I was telling her. Now, she does actually want the vegan recipe, but wants to try the different flavours. So she has grabbed the bubblegum vegan lip balm. She has also grabbed fruit punch, and she's grabbed a regular bubble gum in there, and then we also have the red apple. Now, she does run a candy company, so I thought I actually might send her a couple of extras for free to try, which I know are in the wholesale list. I'm going to include a cool mint because, well, I'm hoping she has some lovely mints, as well as a chocolate bonbon as well. So I'm going to pop those in for her to try them. I'm going to get some paper shred in here, just to make sure that nothing moves and rattles around too much. We need just a little bit more in here. And then, of course, we're going to pop in a little ray of sunshine. In the top, we've got our little hand cream, and I've got a little thank you note to go in there as well. So I'm going to get this one all wrapped up, and then we'll go and get the shipping label on this one ready for me to drop off at the post office on my way home. Hopefully this weather holds out long enough for me to get home without getting too wet once I get to the post office. So let's get this one all closed up. Yeah, so obviously not the best of times for me at the moment with getting print jobs happen, but you know what, these things happen, and this is entirely on me for not noticing, because I'm so used to how the other gang sheet builder worked. I just didn't even notice that it had flipped out. I did wonder why it was so much cheaper, but because it was pretty much only, 50 cents more sort of thing than the other company, I thought it was a reasonable price, and thought maybe I'd just done something wrong the first time I was building. No, I did something wrong that time, but it is what it is. I now know to double check the printing style that it comes up as. I really don't know what to do with these, because these are basically just names of soaps. Like these I should be able to cut up and then put onto t-shirts, cottons and stuff. Would anyone like a t-shirt saying Highland Cow? Oh, you've got to laugh at yourself sometimes. So I don't think that is even salvageable for anything. It's not like I've had some, really intricate design things that, put onto a glass tumbler or something that would look nice on a t-shirt or a little canvas bag or something like that. It's just, I have to laugh, otherwise I am literally going to cry. They're just expenses that I really don't need right now. But so that plan to do the labeling of my soaps has gone out the window. But once I do have Sarah's order all packed up, ready to go out this afternoon, I can still package up the facial soap bars because they're just going to go into a box. So I'm going to do that for the last sort of half hour that I am in the shop, and then going to do my little cash up. It's been an absolutely fantastic week this week. I've been really, really surprised at how busy it has been, and has really, really helped things. So very pleased with that. I'm going to go and do that cash up, and then I'll head home and we'll be back into the shop for Saturday, the final day, where I will be packaging up. I've got the magnesium lotion. I did also make a batch of the cream cleanser. Didn't do much videoing there because I had lots of people in the shop. My mum was in and stuff like that. So we've got all of that to package up tomorrow when I come in. Let's hope we've got sunny blue skies tomorrow so we can finish with a bang. All right, it's Saturday morning. It is a beautiful day outside, lovely and sunny. I had a lovely surprise when I pulled off the driveway this morning. If he's still there when I get home this afternoon, I'll try and remember to take a little bit of video footage. But as I pulled out of the driveway, because I reverse up our driveway, it's easier to reverse up it than to reverse out of it. As I was coming back down the driveway, I thought, oh, the tree branch looks a bit funny. I wonder if someone's broken it or something. I thought, no, it's a little owl. I don't know if it's like a barn owl. I don't even know if the, I'll see if I can actually get the photo from off my phone and put it on the little corner here. But he was ever so lovely, and he looked like a little juvenile as well. He didn't look particularly old. He's just sitting there in the tree looking at me. So I did stop the car, and then I got out to take a photo, and he was a bit like, ooh, do I fly away? I thought, no, okay, we'll go and leave you be, because it's daytime, he needs to rest. But it was just so lovely to see. It's the second owl that we've now seen in our backyard, which is absolutely lovely. I love owls. They're such beautiful birds. So that was really exciting this morning. What else has been happening? So I finally got up to finishing editing Thursday's footage. Oh, you guys are going to be happy. It's a long vlog. Today, there is not a lot I'm going to be doing in the shop. I have got the cream cleanser and the magnesium lotion to bottle up. I do actually have to create some DIY body care labels for the perfumes that I've made. That is going to be the formula available on DIY Body Care and part of Patreon for August. I have to think what months because I'm always working ahead. So that's going to be the recipes available over there. So I actually need to create some labels so I can do some photos over the weekend and start getting myself all organised. So that's another task. I did get an order. I have to go and get it printed up. I have had an order come in from William this morning. He sent me a quick message about the banana smoothie soaps. He really wanted some of those, but the labels, I have said to him that there's been an issue with the labels. I'm waiting for him to come, a reprint to come in next week. So he said he'll get them on the next order, but I'll get William's order printed up. I'll show you what he's ordered. And then if I've still got time, because it is a short day and it has been really busy this week. I'm going to go and get the computer plugged in because there's lots of people out there. It has been a really busy week this week, which is really nice. It is, we've just come out of the Queensland school holidays. We've just had 2 weeks, which ended last week. And then usually the southern states have an extra week, or they do, their holidays start the week after the Queensland ones do. So we're always got, rather than 2 weeks, we do get 3 weeks worth of holiday. But most of the people that have come into the shop have been older people without kids. And when I say old, I mean my age and their mum. So it's not like there's been a lot of kids. So I don't know where that has actually come from. But it's been really good. It's been super busy in the shop. It's how I expect a retail shop to actually be all the time, but it's just not. But hopefully we're going to have another really good busy day, and because of that I'm not going to be able to get as much done, but if I do have time I'm going to get the melt tank on and make the melts for next month's monthly melt edit, which is all about coffee shop. But I'm going to go and get all this lot put away. I'm going to go and get William's order picked, and then I'll show you what he's got once I've got that door open. All right, so we're ready to start packing William's order here. His Melt subscription is renewing on Monday, which is when I will be taking this down to the post office. I'm going to pop his Melt subscription in here. I was chatting to him this morning and he said that is definitely going to be renewing. So look, we've got that in there. Let's see what else William has added into his order. As always, heaps of soaps. Now he is also a Pamper Club member, as I've said so many times before. So I've grabbed his bonus shower steamers. So one menthol and one in the scented. Now let's clear this so I can get to the ones in the bottom here. We have got 2 of the Ocean Mist salt bars. Pop those. We'll see how we go. I'm hoping I'm not going to need the next box size up. We'll see. He's grabbed 2 of the Milk and Honey tallow soap bars, as well as 2 of the coconut lemongrass tallow soap bars. We have also got 2 of the Kakadu plum ones. We're going to need a bigger box, aren't we? I have not done well this week at picking boxes for orders. They just, I don't know, I've not done well at it. Usually I can pick them well. I'll see. I'll keep being stubborn and see if we can get these in. He's also ordered 2 of the Salt Glow soap bars. So originally I was trying to make this soap, and when I added the fragrance in, it just went to soap in the bucket, not even soap on a stick. It didn't even let me put the stick in. So I remade it with a different fragrance. And so we've got a It's Still soap and a nice one. So let's pop that in there. He's also grabbed 2, yeah, these aren't going to fit. Grabbed 2 white musk. So that's those ones. Yeah, not going to fit. We're going to have 2 strawberry fizz soaps. I've still got another 4 soaps to go in this box. Let me have a bit of a shuffle around first. All right. I think I've got the box that is going to work for William's order. I haven't used this box for a little while. So let's get all these back in here. I'm just going to lay them down so that these ones go down flat like so. Pop those ones in there. And then these slightly taller soaps means I can stand them on there. We've also got those 2 tallow ones. And then the box of melts should slide in there just nicely. I did do a little dummy pack, but it was without the tissue paper, which does take up a couple of mil. All right, so we've got those in. He's also ordered 2 of the Sardonyx soap bars with those lovely gemstones and 2 of the Smoky Obsidian. See, fits beautifully now. Let's pop his little shower steamers in there. Now, normally I would pop an extra bar of soap in because he's allowed me to combine the 2 orders. But as you can see, I do not have enough room, and the next size box up is just too big. So this time around, because he gets so many soaps, I'm just going to pop in a little soap saver for him to put all the little ends of soaps. So we've got all that nicely done. Is there room to put the little, yeah, there's room for a little ray of sunshine, isn't there? Oh, please be room for a little ray of sunshine. Oh, no. Oh, we can't not put the ray of sunshine in. Let's see if this will stand up. Ooh, that way it does. Oh, it's not the best, but no, it's not going to work. Oh, dear, it's not a good week, is it? Let me get this worked out. Tell you what, I'm absolutely determined to get this in here without putting it in an oversized box. Oh, that's fitting nicely. Let's pop the little soap bag on top, and that will actually help protect those gemstones and things, and we'll just fill in the rest of that little gap with some paper shred. Oh my goodness, what what a week it's been of packing orders. All right, let's put the little sampler in there as well. Let's squish all those little bits in. We've got our little thank you card, and let's get this one all sealed up. So wrap it over, grab our little sticker here. All right, so now that that's done, I am going to get this one wrapped up in my black paper and orange ribbon, pop it over on the bench as I always do, and then I'm going to get on with packaging up those creams and lotions. And looks like I need to recharge the camera again as well. Alright guys, I am so glad it is home time. It has just been crazy busy this week. It has been so good. It's been such a good good feeling. I need that, so don't lose it. It's been such a good feeling to have the shop so busy and looking and feeling how a retail shop actually should feel. I've had, you know, customers come in looking around, and as they're going out, more customers are coming in. It has been so good. I do get those breaks in between where I can then do the work that needs to be done, but it has made it an absolutely fantastic week. This week was like a Christmas week, so it's been so good. I know next week's going to be quieter because all the school holidays are over and people are going back, but it has really, really helped to make sure I now actually feel confident. I've got all the money for next month's rent, and then I will start building for the month after that as well. So I should be right leading up to Christmas now, which is such a good feeling. Online has also been super busy as well. Online's been really busy. I think I did mention it in the last month's vlog where I am still keeping my Australia Post Band 3, which means I am getting enough orders coming through each week to keep that discounted level. I was worried last week when I only got a handful of orders. I thought I'm going to lose my shipping discounts. It's going to go up. It's going to cost me more. But this week has kind of made up for that. So that's been really good. Today I potted up everything that needed doing, got the shelves restocked. I then sat down and I did the labels for the perfumes here. And these, I did find the box that these go into. So I did make up my labels. I'm going to take these home and do photographs for the DIY body care website. This will be, as I said, August's recipe for a dry perfume oil. There will be a couple of versions. I think I'm going to do a perfume oil roller recipe, and then there will be 3 versions of this dry oil spray. So there's kind of like I don't want to say beginner, intermediate and advanced, because it's not really about that. They're all, any skill level can do them. It's about the ingredients, about the chemistry and makeup of those ingredients and how people want to work with them. So there'll be a recipe that is just very basic. It doesn't have the fixatives and things like that. I think I've explained all this, but there will be 3 versions of it. My members will be getting the middle version as their full-sized product, and then they'll also be getting a 3 ml sample of the sort of more advanced fixative recipe. But I did get all my little labels done up. I then got on to making the melts for August. I have messed up. One of them, it didn't come out the right color. It's meant to be a chocolate fudge brownie and it looks more like caramel slice. And then stupid me, I wasn't thinking. I thought, oh, this is the wrong color. I've picked the mold up to take them out and thought I'll just melt them down and add some more color. I hadn't even let it set up, and now I've got all these chunky bits. So I will have to, oh look, they're starting to come out now, but on Tuesday when I come back in, I will sort this out and actually make it look a little bit more chocolate fudge brownie than caramel slice there. But I have got all the others poured up. August being like a division of 4, you know, the 8th month. There is, instead of 5 melts, there will be 6 for those who are either new to subscribe for the month or are on their 4th renewal. So if you're only on your 3rd renewal, you don't get that 6th one until next month. But I have actually poured 6 different scents over there, and I've got all my labels all done up. I've double, triple, quadrupled checked them, even though it's just me printing them. They're all done up, ready to all be labelled up next week. So it certainly has been a roller coaster of a week. I know I did a fair bit of whinging. I have done a lot of talking. Yeah, it's just been one of those weeks full of dramas. I mean, there's nothing that's so serious that it was soul crushing or business destroying or anything like that, but every time something little comes up, it's just like, oh, again, it just all builds up in the end and you say, I give up. we'll just start again next week. So yeah, there's been lots of little dramas, but it's also been an absolutely fantastic week for me as well, and that's really made up for all those other little niggly bits. But I have got William's order in my washing basket because I'm going to take my washing home with me today. Gosh, that's heavy. I've got the perfume stuff that I'm going to take photos. I've got keys, phone. We'll have the camera in a minute. I'm going to head home. I'm going to go finish editing the video, get it uploaded for you guys. And then I'm going to sit down and have a bit of a rest, I think, because I think I have earned it this time round. But I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me this month. If you did, why not leave me a thumbs up, any comments down below. And don't forget, if you know where I can get a good, decent hand press for bath bomb making, please let me know. But until the next video comes out, I hope you have a good one. I'll see you then. Bye.